Good Sunday morning. Today's September 14th, 2025, and this is the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk Live. I'm your boy, Sean Xavier, alongside the storyteller, and we are powered by DUBBY Energy, streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So make sure you throw that hashtag in there, the Hot Seat Podcast. Football season, everything else in between, guys. Welcome back for some unfiltered conversation, analysis, game picks, reactions, everything else in between. It is week 2 in the NFL season, and I stopped keeping count on which week it was in the college football season. But we're going to talk about some college football as well, man. Welcome back, my guy.
What up?
Yeah. How we feeling, man? How we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Like you said, second week of NFL. Hopefully, for me, it's better than the first week. What's up, Gary? I know you already had your second week. We'll get to that. But yeah, man, just excited. Sundays are different around this time of year. They're different, and we got good weather down this way, so I'm about to be out on the grill. So
yeah, it threw me off. Like we had a moment there when I'm closing down the pool and everything. I said, well, so much for summer, fall's coming. All of a sudden, it was like, not so quick. I'm like, damn, it's throwing me off here. So, yeah, definitely I'll be doing the same thing later today after I move some gravel. That's neither here nor there because, hey, stuff like that, man. Before we move forward, make sure you guys like and subscribe at the Hot Seat Podcast on YouTube. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitch now, and Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. And like I said at the top of the intro, we are powered by DUBBY Energy there. So make sure when you go to dubbyenergyman.com there, make sure that you tap in with us and support the show by supporting DUBBY. Go ahead and get one of the best energy drinks out there, whether you're a streamer, content creator, musician. Your early day wake up is a long day on Sunday. You're going to be here till Sunday night. So you may need to pick me up, man. Go ahead and grab you some DUBBY, man. No sugar means no crashes, no jitters, or anything like that. And make it even better, get 10% off your order when you enter our code, the Hot Seat Podcast. So that's DUBBY Energy, official partner of the Hot Seat Podcast. And I'll put that link in the chat at some point. I meant to do that earlier. Let's get right into it, man. You guys can follow our top 25 college football scoreboard ticker at the bottom of the screen, and let's talk about some college football. We're gonna work our way back because we know who won. Let's talk about who lost, and it's pretty much just a whelp. It was some big losses this week, man. Last week we were talking about a lot of the teams. It was like their get back week. We had some big losses in week 1. Last week we had a bunch of teams that were playing like, FBS 3 teams seemed like, and some big numbers put up. But this week we had our fair share of upsets. One being the Georgia Tech Clemson game where they upset Clemson. And I saw the videos. I don't know if you guys watched it after the fact. I know the NCAA is out here finding schools and stuff are having, the students and fans rush the field. Man, look, they've been doing this since before I was born. Right. Hey, as long as everybody stays safe, man, nobody don't do nothing stupid. It is what it is. So they tore down the goalposts at Georgia Tech. I love seeing it. They had to do it at the front, man. He had like Georgia Tech, like construction helmet, like bike helmet or something on. They walked it all the way down, I guess, like their street and everything there. And they dropped the goalposts off in the pool of the Georgia Tech president of the school, which was dope. So it was like, he had to be pissed and happy at the same time because now Georgia Tech is number 3. They are 3-0. They knocked off Clemson in a game that I was switching between everything, man. And if you guys know anything about Georgia Tech, they run that option like nobody's business. They've been running that since the day of Megatron when he was there. And yesterday they were doing the same, but they were throwing the ball too, and they were just giving it to Clemson, man. So I love it. And for my Canes who played them a little late in this year, beware because Georgia Tech is coming, man. Did you watch that game? Did you see any of the highlights? I know you were probably enjoying this Saturday and whatnot, but did you watch any of that game?
Yeah, most of these games I didn't get to watch. I had to catch highlights. At the seafood festival, that was awesome, but that's a later on story. But what I will say is this game doesn't shock me at all. And the reason why is because this is one of those cases where we we give credit before credit is due. While I think this
Yeah.
person may be a good coach, the way that Dabble Sweeney is portrayed to me is just so overrated.
I'm with you.
And it goes all the way down to how he went against the transfer portal and all that type of stuff and those type of moves. And he's just behind the time and where things are at. And that's fine. You want to stay in that lane, but this is not the first time that they started this way. You know what I mean? And you got a team that you can't say anything about who you're like recruiting in. You're getting these people in. This is coaching. This is you.
Yeah.
There's going to be another person that I talk about within these upsets that's the same way. This is coaching. This is you. So Dabo, I've always felt that way about him. Like, okay, he may be a good coach, but the way that the praise goes his way and people pay attention each and every year, I'm just like, for what? What is he proving to you? Like, what are we talking about?
You got to give that over. And you spoke about the transfer portal. And again, there's always the goods and then the not so goods in transfer portal. You got athletes who are using it. And in my opinion, sometimes they're afraid of competition. And what they do is they transfer out because they feel like, I'm not going to get a shot here or I have a better chance to start somewhere else, which they're within their right to do so. But then you see guys that are jumping around, which those are the ones I'm not a big fan of. But then you have those who make it for good reasons. If you're there and the guy's just balling out, hey, use that. So you have some of the, the coaches now that aren't too up on that. That game, man, even though it was 24-21, it didn't, to me, watching it, it didn't feel as close as the score showed. Like Georgia Tech was handling them like physically the entire game. Like they from the quarterback to the running backs to the receivers, they just had Clemson on their heels. And it's been a long time since I remember, to your point, Clemson was like feared like that. You have to go back to the time of Sunshine down from Jacksonville. I forget his name by now because he fell out of favor with me.
Yeah, Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence. Like Lawrence. I ain't seen nothing a lot from there, but if you look at
honestly, that's where you got to go though.
Yeah. You look at the stat line for Georgia Tech: 211 yards on their quarterback, 103 yards down here, 211 yards passing, 103 yards rushing. That was their quarterback, Haynes King. And he was 20 of 28. They weren't no empty passes either. And then you look on the other side, they had only about 80 yards from Adam Randall on the Clemson side, 207 from Klubnik, but he was pretty inaccurate through an interception. It was they have nothing for him, man. They really had nothing for Georgia Tech. Another game that I saw.
Well, hold on. Before you even get off of that, because I don't even want to even just give Georgia Tech their props. But another reason why I put it on Dabo, do you remember last week's game? They played Troy. They just barely beat them.
Yeah, you're right.
Like when we're looking at this is not a, hey, I went up against the team at a wrong time. No, bro, this is you coaching.
Yeah,
this is you. And you got to figure it out and get off your high horse and just really figure out what you're doing wrong and catch up, or else you need to get out. You're at a university that calls for something better. So
yeah. Thank you, Gary. Look, I'm getting old, man. Like I got so much useless information.
I'm not even going at that name, though. That is not happening.
Yeah, DJ Olagalileli. Yep, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Yep. Another game, man, that I was watching. I was going between screens yesterday. Georgia and Tennessee. This is a time that I feel like I put it in the chat. I was like, "Yo, Georgia, can they ass whoop?" And then they won't. And the bad part was the fact that the Tennessee kicker, it's been a tough week for kickers. I'll say this much. It's been a tough week for kickers because he had a kick that he missed wide right, like one of those. Yeah, one of those ones when we're playing in college on NCAA, and if you got a kicker, that junk is kicking over into the stands. That's pretty much what that looked like yesterday. And Georgia defeats them in overtime, man. A ranked game, a really good game. I'll say this though, and I'll get off it real quick. I know there's been a lot of stuff happening in the world right now, and I know, for the most part, a lot of us stay in our bubbles. If you're anything like me, I train my social media not to show me certain things because there's just so much stuff. But I wasn't too high on the way that College Game Day started yesterday with Pat McAfee and his whole little thing he did when he's starting off. Hey, just get into the football, man. When you start throwing out, listen, United States is a really great country, but we got some bad shit happening right now. And when you try to present it in a way shenanigans, it just didn't go off right with me. It just didn't. So I'll just leave it at that, man. It's we had to keep moving on there. What you think about that game? I know you're watching highlights. What you think about that
Once
game?
again,
Anybody in the chat who's watching that game?
I was about to say,
highlights on
my highlights for that one came through the chat because,
Yeah.
as we all know, Eric is a big time Tennessee fan.
Yeah,
And
man.
I heard him chirping. I could see him chirping on in the chat room for a good minute. And then all of a sudden, everything got silent. And I said, "Oh, well, I guess
It
something
got
happened."
bad,
And then I
man.
went back and watched the highlights and said, "Oh, okay, well, this is what
It was
happened." So,
it was 21-7
as Kelly
in the
says,
first
4
quarter.
quarters.
Yeah, it is, man. And it really was a tale of two halves for the most part. It was 21-7 in the first quarter, and then they put up 10 points in the second quarter. Georgia did, and made it 17-21 going into the half. And then from there, man, it was just nip and tuck for the rest of the game. 2 interceptions by Joey Aguilar to Tennessee. He had 371 yards on the day. With Gunnar Stockton at 304. So the receivers and the quarterback were dealing. I'll say this, though. The Georgia quarterback, man, he was spreading the ball around to some of everybody. Tennessee, you had Brazil. He had 177 on the day, 97 for Braylon Staley. They were doing it, man, but it just came down to turnovers and execution, and then the field goal kicker. It was I'll say this is a good loss for Tennessee, meaning that but we're up against a really good Georgia team, number 6. So I don't, it's the SEC. I don't expect them to fall much. They were 15. I don't think they'll just drop out to 25, considering how everybody else played along the way. Texas A&M over Notre Dame. Notre Dame been scrambling, ain't they? They lost.
So let me go there. Let me go there real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was the second coach that I was speaking about when I said I'll speak about somebody else with Dabo. I don't put them in the same lane as far as what's happening with Dabo, but Marcus Freeman, if you remember, going into this season, during the whole off season, they were talking about him getting offers from like NFL teams and things like that. I don't know if you heard that, but I saw it.
Was it to play? Because he yoked for real.
You got that. But as far as that, once again, putting that cart before the horse type thing, like, what are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing? We can call this episode "What Are We Doing?" because honestly, there's going to be a lot of "What are we doings" going on from what I'm going to be saying. But it's like you have a good team, you definitely have the university behind you and everything else like that. But they're not showing up, man. Nah. They should look a lot better. Forget even the defeat this last Saturday. They just don't look right at all for where they should be. It's one thing when you lose a match because the other team just came and you were just like, oh man, overpowered by it. No, your team doesn't look prepared for the season. What's going on? What happened? Did you get lost in the sauce of the whole NFL talk and how good you were looking and how people were talking about you? Because they ain't talking about it now.
Yeah, it was the same thing against when they played Miami. They started off the season against Miami, and that wasn't like the best game I'll say Miami played. And Notre Dame, to your point, they don't look really good right now. So it's going to be, Vanderbilt over South Carolina. They had a 16-game losing streak versus South Carolina. Ranked number 11, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt comes in, and they beat them yesterday, man. So there's some heartbreaks yesterday, boy. They were out there. It was the SEC was having a rough day. Some of the teams were having a rough day. The other big games that I saw out there, that LSU Florida game, Chip Kelly. Is it Chip Kelly? Yeah, Chip Kelly. His what's wrong with him? Anybody? What is wrong with his why is he so defensive in his press conferences? Like, I said Chip Kelly. I said Brian Kelly. I said Chip Kelly. Brian Kelly. He is always like, I feel like he always want to fight. Like, they just be asking why there was like no running game or something like that, and then he just be mad for no reason. Why? Why you so
real
mad?
quick, just off the comment that Gary put it in there. I didn't put him in the same category. I actually said that. The thing on them is just the fact of how the praise was raining in, which was similar.
Yeah.
All the way to the point of Freeman being spoken about being put into the NFL. So that's why I said slow your roll. I do want to go back to something though when we're talking about like Brian Kelly and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Not so much Brian Kelly, but just in that game, and when we're talking about like these powerhouse, what are supposed to be universities, and let me just say it that way.
Yeah,
Florida being one of them. Man, I felt so bad for that quarterback, bro.
To a Lagway? Yeah, man.
Listen,
5 interceptions. 5.
Listen, that is one game that I caught a little bit of, and a little bit I caught, I wish I didn't catch. Because I was sitting back.
They won't catch it. Well, one people were catching was LSU. Yeah,
I saw him coming off the sideline, shaking the head, and you can see something about the culture on how it stands or how it's not there at all. When you see somebody going through adversity like that, like something bad, and when they walk to the sideline and no one's around them, bro, not even the coach, no type of assistance, no nothing. These are young men trying to make their way. They're under the lights, all their people looking at them, not only their peers, but you got other parents looking at them. You got scouting from NFL teams looking at them. You got all this going on. Like, they got a lot of pressure on them. On top of that, like I've always said about college sports, you got to give credit because, you're supposed to be in that classroom doing what you're doing on top of all of that. So with all this going on, this guy is going through probably one of the worst nights of his life. And nobody is around him, bro. Like, nobody's picking him, at least from certain situations that I was seeing. Now, they may have came over at certain times, but, bro, off a couple of those interceptions, he's just roaming, and I'm just like, man, this is not it. This is not.
Let's bring in our third co-host in Master Earl, man. See what his take is on yesterday's game, and what we talked about so far. See what his takeaway was from it. I'm pretty sure he has something on that line. Earl, what you got, man?
Real quick, just to answer Gary real quick on fault wise. Yeah, he was. I don't know what he was reading, man. I have no idea what the quarterback was seeing. He was thrown into oh, you know me, as I see you, baby. He was thrown into situations where there were like 3 defenders sitting there. He was not reading the field well at all, and you gotta be able to calm him down.
It was rough watch. Yeah, no, it was definitely a rough watch. What you got, Earl?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see the game yesterday. I was at another game that I didn't go into the game. I was at a Morehouse versus
Okay.
Let's go.
And it was my son's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, sir!
My wife's birthday today, and
he broke this weekend.
Yeah,
he ain't lying.
And then I was watching the Canelo fight. I heard about the young man that threw the 5 picks. My heart goes out to him. Hopefully, he could bounce back, because that's tough. But yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't speak on that. I could just say that I think the biggest test, and I'm not sure, is he the starter?
Yeah.
So I think his biggest test. Yeah, Lagway. I think his biggest test would be how he bounces back from this next week.
Yeah.
I think that's going to really define who he is as a player. And I think what people are going to be evaluating if he decides to continue on this journey of football. past college.
It was
that man gave
it
a
was
sermon right out of church.
I felt like it was. It did feel sermony.
To me, man, what I saw was something that it almost looked like the game plan for Florida wasn't a good one. They did force LSU to punt that first drive, and they came out and they got a field goal on it. But when I watch enough football, know when I see the coordinator, he doesn't have a rhythm. You can count it. We yell at the screen as fans, like, why don't you run the ball here? Why don't you do this when you can clearly see that, one, if the offensive line is overwhelmed or if your quarterback just ain't got it right then, do the simplest thing and let them run the ball. Like, really let them run the ball. The game was never out of reach. I mean, it was 10-13 at half, and then Florida scored no points in the second half at all. It was just, they were throwing. That's why all the interceptions started to come up. I mean, he threw the first one in the first half, but like, it was just, I don't know what the plan was for him doing.
What you just said is the most frustrating thing, because they were struggling so much, but we're still in the game. And that's the most frustrating feeling.
Yeah.
Overall, when you struggle and you're just getting killed, you're like, all right, it just wasn't our day. When you're struggling and you're still in the game, like, hey, keep me in, coach, because one or two things can happen.
Doing something, and LSU won't doing a lot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was bad. Every single time you thought he could do something.
Sometimes I feel like they overthink it, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Brian Kelly was so pissed off, because the fact that Florida was struggling and they only beat them by 10. Hey, newsflash. NIL and transfer portal, it levels the playing field for a lot of teams now. There's the days of buying all the best players for a particular squad is no longer there. Just ask Alabama. It ain't like that. You got teams that are good across the board. So you got to coach. Your ass got to coach. That means you got to coach now. You can't just sit on the sideline.
Some people are just coordinators. Sorry.
Oh, don't steal my tag. Oh, don't steal my tag me in, because that's definitely gonna be mine. Definitely gonna be mine. I will say shout out to my University of Miami Hurricanes. And I apologize. And it's early still, but I apologize. But we're gonna see what and I'm gonna give you a 3/4 apology. I'm gonna apologize to the quarterback of the University of Miami. Because I was hard on, first of all, we know he came from Georgia. You know what that Georgia team was when Beck came from out there. And I wasn't sold on him when he came to Miami. I know you saw that news where his Lamborghini got stolen from his crib down in Miami before the season even started. But yesterday, Carson Beck, man, was playing like he tried to get drafted in that top 15. 340 passing yards. He did have 2 picks. Had some really good runs and a touchdown. He looked good. He actually looked good yesterday. Against a USF team that got overmatched. The talent was there. But he looked good even a couple of weeks before. So we're going to see, as he has to play the Georgia Techs of the world and some of these other games, the Clemson, we're going to see. But I like what I saw. I'm gonna give you a 3/4 apology, because that shit can all go back. It can go all the other way, but not too bad, not too bad. And then I did see the Michigan squad yesterday.
Let's not talk about it.
I mean, they beat Central Michigan.
No,
we're not doing this.
We're not doing this.
They just did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, we are not doing this.
To move forward.
No. What I meant was they did what they were supposed to do, because to your point, you were talking about Troy. And the team that played earlier during the week, Troy and Notre Dame. Was that Notre Dame and Troy? I think we were talking about. And they were struggling against them. They went in and they handled business like you're supposed to. Clemson and Troy, yeah. So yeah, Michigan went out there. They had, of course, what's going on with them, suspensions and everything, but they did what they're supposed to do. Hey, what you got, Ro?
Hey, sorry, I had to raise my hand. I don't know if it's just me, But I'm gonna go on the limb and say that Sean is turning into a Cowboys fan in terms of no. This is I'm not calling.
I'm about to
I'm
mute
not.
you. I can
No,
do that
no.
from here.
I'm not calling him a Cowboys fan. Hear what I'm saying. He's starting to
Oh my God, that's horrible.
he's starting to adopt that mentality of a Cowboys fan, and I'm not liking it. I see it with the Redskins, the Commanders, and I'm starting to see it with Miami.
That's the take.
And what I'm gonna say is, and I don't want to put this brother, my good brother, in this boat.
I'm about to drink my DUBBY Energy drink because I'm gonna need some energy for this. See what I did, guys?
I don't want to put him in this boat, but it is becoming apparent, like apparently clear. And like Miami, okay, they had 2 good games. Beck looked good against a team, in my opinion, that shouldn't have been ranked, but okay, you know.
Oh no, they beat 2 ranked teams at the beginning of the season, 2 top 25 teams, man.
Okay, so in the beginning, real rap though, in the beginning of the season, right? I don't respect those ranks. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't played yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the numbers are the numbers, though. Yeah.
I respect the rankings after a couple of games because you play other people, so now you can really see who. Just like that year, TCU played. No disrespect to them. When TCU played Colorado based off of what they did the year before that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And they have that same caliber of team. So your ranking was based off of the backs of the people that came before you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all I'm gonna say is I seen what Beck, what was it? Beck?
Carson Beck.
I seen what Beck did when he was with Georgia. Wasn't impressive. And you had everything at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? So that was, for me, that's always going to be the truest form of what I've seen from him. You know what I'm saying? You're playing down to lower talent now. You know what I'm saying? Lower competition. You were at the highest at Georgia with a lot of things around you, and you didn't do nothing with that. So to me, you're not an NFL. You're definitely not a starter, in my opinion. Now, I'm not going to say, could you be a backup? Yeah, you could be a backup, but you know what I mean? Let's not go crazy about him being drafted in the first round, dog. Like he's maybe a 5th rounder, 4th rounder.
You know how this thing goes. You know how these drafts go, man.
Now, in terms of Miami, is Miami back yet? I think Miami is doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I think they have talent. But, you know, their real test, I feel like their first real test is going to come with Florida State. You know what I'm saying? When they get to Florida State and I see how that game goes, and I can, let's revisit this conversation. But, you know, I think right now they're doing what they're supposed to do. Just like with Dave, like I'm not gonna be happy because they whooped on Central Michigan. Like they did what they were supposed to do. It was the 70s. It looked like a basketball game.
Yeah,
like, you did what you were supposed to
do. As
it
should.
They don't get no kudos for that.
As it should.
It's supposed to. It's like your big brother playing you in basketball 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? He's 16 and you're 6. Like you supposed to whoop on him. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like. Did what he was supposed to do.
I just want to know, to George, well, how did I become a Cowboy fan? Like, you're just being disrespectful for some shit. I don't even like your attitude right now.
So first of all, what's up, George, bro? Yo, because y'all know how y'all give it up, bro. You're Cowboys fans. I'm not gonna say you, but you're Cowboys fans, man. Y'all every year, it's y'all year. It don't matter. Like every year it's y'all year. Some people probably looking at the loss from last week.
That's all I said.
Some people probably looking at that loss from last week and say, you know what? This just sparked it for us. We're about to go on the run. We're gonna beat the brakes off of the Giants, and we about to go on. We going to the Super Bowl now. Like, all right, you doing what you're supposed to do. You're beating the Giants. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Respectfully.
All this negativity is horrible. Let's get into some positivity. Let's get some positivity. Let's take it down a level. Take it down one rank of football level, and because I try to keep up with the little homies as well, as being a former coach, and this story stood out. It's always good when I see this. So 4-star running back Ty Keys from out of, I believe is Poplar.
That's a football name, ain't it?
Yeah, from out of Mississippi, man. He plays down in Poplarville, and on Friday night, man, he rushes for over 500 yards in a win. Now, mind you, a football field only got 100 yards. He ran for 5 of them joints and 8 touchdowns on 17 carries. 17. He's a yeah. So as of right now, man, so he's out 210. He's a junior right now, 210 out of Poplarville, runs about a 4.40 currently. He's already built like a freaking NFL running back.
What year is he?
He's a junior. He's a junior right now. He's a 4-star running back out of there, out of Poplarville. And he apparently he ran for 507 total. He was just short of the state record of 543 yards set by Jaley Adams in 2015. Again, he had 8 touchdowns in that game. So salute to the homie, man. Again, next year, he's going to be somebody to recruit. That game made him into a 5-star recruit. Running back, craziness. So salute to them and all the Pop Warner teams and everybody else playing these Friday nights and Saturday mornings. All your parents, man, salute to you guys. So yeah, salute to you guys. Did you guys see that one thing that it said? I think Derrick Henry has been in the league now for what, 8 years, 9 years, something like that, and he still has not eclipsed his NFL rushing total of what he actually rushed for in high school. Right. He rushed for over 10,000 yards in high schools. And I think he's only short by like less than 100 yards or something like that. But it's still crazy that he's yet to eclipse that in the NFL, which is shenanigans. Let's go into real quick. Unofficial report. Yes, I saw that too, Gary, because Max Preps is showing that he ran for 546 total yards. So I'm assuming he has some passing yards in there as well. I'm not sure. So it said 507 rushing. So maybe those additional yards were the passing aspect of it.
He be on point with this stuff.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to post the other number because it's a Max Preps had his total yards in this case though. So he tied it. Good stuff. I like it. We can get to it. You want to get into any? You got any college tag meetings before we go over? Otherwise, we go right into the NFL. You want to do that?
Not really.
Rutgers is still trash, but continue. That's all.
Sorry, man. That's why you so mad today. That's why I feel like you just mad and just calling people out their names.
No, but he broke.
I'm not mad. I'm actually happy. I done made it through this weekend.
True. Let's get some NFL side, man. This is the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk Live, powered by DUBBY Energy. Again, make sure you guys. I gotta put that link in the bio. In the chat though, in case you go over to DUBBY Energy.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
And use code Hot Seat Podcast, man, to get 10% off of your purchase, man. Again, that's DUBBY Energy, official partner of the Hot Seat Podcast. Now the energy comes down because I got to talk about what the hell happened on Thursday night.
That's all right.
So we had some Thursday night football on Prime, which I encourage anybody who likes to watch all the extra stuff to watch, like the next gen option for football on Thursday night. It's so dope. It's just, you can see like the all 22 views and all that. The Commanders went in to play a Packers team that, after the acquiring one crazy defensive end that Jerry Jones couldn't wait to give away, and Micah Parsons, that they dubbed them a instant Super Bowl favorite, and they showed up and they acted like it, and they beat the brakes off my Commanders, and it wasn't even good from the jump. And to add insult to injury, we lost 2 of our starters, one being Austin Eckler to a torn Achilles. And once you saw it on the field, it reminded you of every NBA player that we saw, and the NFL player during the Super Bowl. I forget his name, for the 49ers that ran off the side that year, and he tore his Achilles.
Greenlaw.
Same thing, man. And then we also lost Dietrich Wise to a quad injury. I think he's towards quad or something like that. So they're both out for the year. Jaden took some unnecessary hits in there. The first time I seen in his NFL career that he looked like he was confused and shit. He like a rookie. He just did not look good at all. But on the other side, Green Bay did what they were supposed to do. They overwhelmed the offensive line. The pass rush was crazy. Jordan Love was accurate all night. He ran over Trey Amos. That just looked bad.
He was working out Tunsil. I'm sorry. Parsons was working out Tunsil.
Not really. He was working out Connolly for the most part. Then they moved him to the Tunsil side.
Nah, you got to see a couple of those highlights.
But yeah, those two as well.
He was working out Tunsil. Made Tunsil look like he was trash.
The speed of the Packers overall, you saw it. It popped. And I don't know if it looked like they went faster because they had the all whites on, but they just looked faster than everybody on the field, man. And that was a piece of humble pie for said Commanders for the week. We'll see how it comes back. Some MRIs taken. Won't good, bro. Won't good at all.
So, I mean, I think this is a good test for the Commanders. Like, I still think the Commanders are a pretty decent team. Right. You're right. You're right, George. I think, he's still they're still a pretty decent team. But I this also lets you know that there's levels. Green Bay is different this year. And I was in the bowling alley watching, and this kind of proved the point of what I think we talked about before, where the proven component, proven equation for a great quarterback is allow them time to develop. The proof is in the pudding with Jordan Love. You allow him 2-3 years to develop. It wasn't a rush. It wasn't a rush to get him in there. You know what I'm saying? It was, let him develop, and you see what is the end result of it. From top to bottom, Green Bay is good. Green Bay they don't got no superstar receivers, right? But they got a bunch of receivers that
they got a lot.
Yeah, but they don't have no superstar stud receivers, but they got a bunch of receivers that do what they supposed to do. That's the recipe for a Super Bowl championship team. You don't need no studs. You just need people that's going to do their job. You got a running back that's serviceable, overly serviceable. You have a good line. You have a quarterback that's poised, that looks at multiple reads, and then you have a defense from front to back that is legit, and they are fast. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they overpowered that line, because it's like, I feel like now you got to have athletic offensive linemen, especially your tackles. Your tackles need to be able to move, son, because you're going to be dealing with a freakishly athletic defensive end or linebackers, depending on what defense you run. You know what I'm saying? That they got to deal with. And a lot of times they're is 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's man on man. So, like, you just saw that there was just different levels. I think with the Commanders, it also showed holes with Jaden Daniels. I think he held onto the ball too long at sometimes, and I felt like he should have utilized his legs a little bit more in that game. So you kind of are seeing a little bit of that sophomore-ish slump. I think it was masked a little bit last week because we played the Giants. But like I said, now when you actually are playing a team of a higher caliber, you get to put it to the test. Now you get to really see where the faults lie. So I think, it's a good test. They'll look at this tape, fix some stuff, come back to the drawing board, and I think they'll get it right. But Green Bay is different.
So I agree with everything that Earl just said, besides one thing, because I don't believe in the sophomore slump. It's one game. He got rushed. You can beat any quarterback by getting pressure on him. Proved it against Tom Brady. You can prove it against Patrick Mahomes. These are greats. You get pressure on them, they'll look like trash. But you are right on the fact of the levels. And when we're talking about levels, George and I actually spoke about this game offline right after the game, the day after. And it does let you see, number one, where these Packers are at. And it's scary. And the one thing that they only got to look at is injuries, specifically Love.
Jordan Love. Yeah.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, it's going to be a problem. It is going to be a problem. Because
if Madden's in any indication,
it
ain't happening.
Bro, if I'm not mistaken, when you were talking about like the wide receiver depth, don't they have a wide receiver out right now? One of their top ones?
Yeah.
Who? Green Bay?
Yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah.
So look how they're performing with one of their top receivers out and still just moving, just going.
Because they got
it's one of those things. Like Reed went down, still moving, still going.
Yeah.
But they got Walk or whatever his name. You got the new kid.
There's so much going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when you know you just really have a squad around them, but you can only get so much of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sorry, Gary, to bring you back, but Lions last year. Lions were looking great the whole year. And when you got to the playoffs and all those injuries added up, it was like it wasn't the same Lions team. They still battled, but it wasn't who they came into the year with. Yeah. So that's the only thing I would look at the Packers on. On the Commander side of things, you know, don't forget where you came from not so long ago. You get what I mean? Like when everybody's talking about the Commanders so much, I'm not a Commanders fan. Don't get me wrong. But when you sit back and look where this team came from, come on, man. Now we're talking about playoffs or busts. You know, one of these type of things with the Commanders when we weren't talking none of that. We were talking, hey, are they going to be 3 or 4 in the NFC East? Now you're talking 3 or 4 in the NFC. So that's a big switch. Yeah. So I'm not riding the wave in any type of sense where I think they're going to win the championship right now and stuff like that. Or how Javen, your son, said last week.
Yeah, there's only one.
15-2.
That's only one right now. Get that first one out of the
way. So I said that's going to add up pretty quick. But I will say that I would go past this game for the Commanders. I never thought that they were on the Packers level yet. But some of these other teams that they're going to play, I believe they are. And I believe they'll prove it in that way.
You muted, Earl.
Sorry. I had enough respect to for the Commanders just based off of the work that they put in last year to not count them out this game. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go into like in previous years, if you know, no disrespect. In previous years, if they'd have played the Packers, I'd have been like, nah. But this, I ain't gonna lie, like based off of what they did and what Jay and Daniels did last year, I was like, yo, they're gonna compete. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If nothing else, I ain't saying they're gonna win, but they're gonna compete at least. And what I was a little disheartened to see was that they didn't compete. I also do feel like too that you were clearly seeing, and you saw last week, that Jay and Daniels timing is off with his receivers.
With the receivers, yeah.
Now that's true.
Because even
he hasn't had them.
Even last game,
I was about to say
that game should have been like 40, 40 to whatever we had with 3, or whatever. Like 6. He missed some open.
6.
Some open, and then he had some where he did put it on them, and they just dropped the pass. You know, so it was just like there's some timing issues that needs to be worked out.
There's definitely timing issues.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But other than that, like I said, I had enough respect to say that they was going to at least compete.
From this game, what I took away from this game, I know everybody is riding the high of what Aaron Rodgers looks like in one game with Pittsburgh. What I saw was a coach, and Matt LaFleur was like, this is the type of team that I was trying to put in front of you guys. But everybody was trying to say, hey, Aaron Rodgers made me. He didn't make Aaron Rodgers, but Matt LaFleur has a team in Green Bay that they built. Gutekunst and all of them, they built because you remember they were the young team that took out the Cowboys, what, year before last or something like that?
Doesn't that mean that you built it? You and Malik?
I see what you did there.
I'm sorry.
Jordan Love going down for a couple of games last year, and they still winning those games, which I thought they wouldn't win. And they had in Malik, what was the backup name? Malik, I want to say Neighbors for some
Willis.
reason.
Pierce and Liberty.
Malik Willis. Oh, but yeah, he came
Pierce
in
and
last
Liberty.
year. But it's just the way that he coached the game. And then I knew it was a problem because he did the thing that good coaches do. When it's time to put away a game, he pulled out plays when he saw there was like a little bit flicker of something that Washington was trying to pull off. And he started moving that motion around. And next thing you know, it was game set match. I was watching this. I said, oh, yeah, it's a wrap. Because at that point, Marshawn Lattimore was getting his ass whooped all night. And let me just say this. That experiment is over for me, buddy. I
told you about that.
Well, I'll say this. It's not that he's not a good corner. What they're asking him to do, at best, I think he should probably be a third corner. Him being the second corner, and I know Trey Amos they might have to move Mikey back outside, but Lattimore looks slow, man. He looks slow. And if anything, I mean, I know he got away with some stuff last week with Malik Neighbors and whatnot, but yeah, man, even him being healthy, he looked like he was getting his lunch money taken. I was like, but overall, man, it was really a masterclass of coaching with Matt LaFleur and their defensive coordinator. Let's jump into some tag me ins, man, because there's some other games that we watched last week, and I know there may be some takes that you might want to get off. So if you guys ever seen it before, it's pretty much we're gonna just send it around, a little round robin of whatever. Just makes your gears grind. And our first tag me in segment of the season. Y'all ready? Let's go. Tag me in. Who's up first?
Tag me in, bro.
Yeah, you got it.
Tag me in. Okay, I gotta exhale before I do this one.
Take your time. Take your time.
22 of 29. 272 yards, 1 touchdown thrown.
I know where this is going.
How in the world do you let Daniel Jones look like a Pro Bowl quarterback 1 game into his career with the Colts? I mean, can we do anything? Can I live just a little bit? And then to top it off, before that game was played, we do our bets.
Yeah.
And Earl and I are on the phone, and I was like, yo, Earl, yo, they got Daniel Jones at 209.5, I want to say. Passing yards. Bet the under.
And what did I say? What did I say though?
And he said he was questioning everything. He's like, I don't think. But
Yeah.
he took it, and this man barely beat that at halftime.
Had 191. I remember because I text Dave. Hey,
What?
Dave, he got 57 in the first.
Look,
Hey,
make it worse.
191 right now.
Hey, make it worse, Earl. I'm at the house with Dave as he's cooking. So I'm watching the Colts game. Remember, I picked the Colts as my sleeper to win the AFC South. And I'm watching the game. I say, hey, Daniel Jones over here cooking. Dave was like, Dave was looking at me. He had the songs in his hand. He turned all the way right here. It kept
No, so I just felt like Dave was blatantly ignoring me after that.
No, he was getting updates from me, brother. He was getting updates from me.
I know he was cooking but I was like, my bad. This is not my time.
No. But I said my part.
When Dave, me and him was talking, and I was like, hey, yo, look, I don't know because I have a feeling that this will be a game like the 207 was too low. If it was like 230 something, all right, cool. Even though he still went over that, I'd have felt better than that.
Felt more comfortable.
Yeah, I'd have felt better. But I'm just like, damn, 207. I feel like, it's not hard for him to do that because he, even with the Giants, he has had games where he was throwing over 200. You know what I'm saying? It was just like you ain't know because they quarterback situation and they ain't look good during the preseason. So it was just like, man. So I understood where he was coming from, but I questioned it. But I have
Tag me in, bro.
Go ahead.
Well, mine dovetails right off the end of Dave's, Earl. So I'm
Okay, so
gonna
go
catch
ahead.
it. There are leaders, and then there are followers. There are head coaches, and then there are coordinators.
Facts.
Not everybody is meant to be a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I'm saying that is what you saw from Daniel Jones is something that is capable from Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What you see from Josh Allen, something that's capable from Josh Allen. And what you also see from head coaches like a Brian Daboll, former head coaches like a Cliff Kingsbury, head coach Mike, whatever his name is, down in Miami, who used to be like I said, a coordinator at some point. Some of them are meant to only be coordinators. Brian Daboll, and I bring his name up first because his name gets pulled
Mike
up.
McDaniel.
Brian, huh? Oh, Mike McDaniel. There you
McDaniel.
go. Brian Daboll is on his way to being out of a coaching job in New York. Why? Because the two players that he is credited from help build are doing quite well without him. One game for Daniel Jones, I know. A lot of games for Josh Allen. But there's another quarterback that they keep tying Brian Daboll to, and they do this with a lot of these coaches. Patrick Mahomes. Do y'all remember Patrick Mahomes somehow was also coached by Brian Daboll at some point? I don't know if he was a coordinator back then with Texas Tech. Cliff Kingsbury, of course, he coached Patrick Mahomes. But you see these guys get in their own way. Brian Daboll has not proven to me that he's a good leader of men at all. I'm just saying that what it is. He has not proven to me that he can develop a quarterback. He just had two quarterbacks who had otherworldly talent in Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Cliff Kingsbury, I'm saying this because what you say, Earl, don't forget what I think you said, don't forget what got you here.
Mm.
The first time I ever seen Jaden Daniels look flustered. And you know what they did? They were passing and passing and passing. They had 12 total carries, I believe, in that game for running that entire game. From a rookie quarterback last year against a pretty decent Giants front. I'll believe it, that Giants front. They did not even try to establish a run game at all. He kept throwing screens from the sides and stuff like this that had me lose my mind. Yes, they probably would have ultimately still lost this game, but the game plan itself is when you get all these new toys, because I know he got Debo, you added all these other pieces here, and you start doing other stuff. Mike McDaniel, bro, they had a players-only meeting after week 1 because y'all failed to realize that Tua ain't it. And Mike McDaniel then ran out of tricks in his bag. And it's completely falling apart. I see more stuff about him on the sideline wearing Louis Vuitton shoes and stuff like that, by him actually coaching the game. There's going to be a couple of other coaches as well that should be coordinators. And it's going to show. It is going to show. But again, some are meant to be leaders, some are meant to be followers. What you got, Earl? Tag you in, brother.
I thought you was about to take my whole take. I was about to be.
No, I wasn't gonna do it. I won't do it to you.
I'm gonna keep this quick. They ain't gonna mess up my Sunday. You looking at a real Giants fan here. I don't make excuses for my team. I'm a realist. I mean, if we trash, we trash. If we're good, we're good. I actually like when people hate on us and say that, you know, we're gonna be trash, when I feel like I know we're gonna be better than what people say. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt this year was that, and I'm still gonna keep hope alive because it's one game. But today will let me know everything I need to know. I'm supposed to be going to week 3 game, which is the season opener, to the Giants versus Kansas City Chiefs. I have yet to get my tickets, and I was going to buy my tickets today. If the Giants lose, I will be saving $300. Okay. And some headache. I respect day balls. I respect Shane. I think Shane is doing a good job.
Good
I
question,
like
Gary.
that. I like Dabs, whatever. But I'm starting to believe that I don't know if he's gonna make it out of this year, after this year. And even better, I think I'm okay with moving on if we don't turn it around this year from that Dabs. The reason being is because, and this is even bigger than Dave's. We have had, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. I'm getting older and my memory shot. We have Dave. We've had, and I forget the order. We've had Pat. We've had Joe.
We had a special teams coach from New England.
Joe.
Yeah.
We had an offensive coordinator. We had a quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator. Like, it just, we haven't had a head coach that has been a head coach, and and I think it starts there, because it's amazing to me that for over 10 years we have not had an offensive line, and every year we say this, and every year it is the focal point of the Giants, and every year we do not invest in an offensive line. We got lucky with Andrews one year, but you starting to see with Andrews is like, yo, he ain't out there. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw a percentage that when he is out there, we go from the 30th ranked offensive line to the 20th. Okay, that's it's a 10 space jump, but still, it's like, yo, you need more than that. Like, it's no reason why our line should be this grossly horrible every freaking year, bro.
He is upset.
Hey,
He is banging the
take
table.
take it easy on the keyboard, bro. Take it easy.
He's so upset about that.
And it's frustrating because it's like, yo, this is one of them years where, yo, the defense is straight. I don't like the defensive coordinator, but we said that going in. You know what I'm saying? The offense got weapons, but you can never know what they can do because they ain't got no time to throw the ball. So I don't care who's back there. The only people that will be decent back there was somebody who could run, who could move in the pocket and throw down the field. And we don't have that caliber of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's a Lamar Jackson or old boy with the Bills. I can't think of his name.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that, bro. And I want to know, when is the Giants going to get to the point where we start taking this offensive line serious? And until then, yo, we're going to be in the same boat. And it's not fair to the fans, yo. It is not fair to the fans. So don't call me about no damn season tickets. Like, my answer to you is fix that. Oh, I was about to curse. I just got out of church. Fix that line, yo. Fix the line. With that, I'm complete.
He's not done with you yet.
He ain't. He's still working on it. But
Identity, man.
Earl a couple months ago would have been cursing right now. And I'm like, I stopped myself. I just fix that offensive line, please, bro.
Basically, that brother, to put it all together, that brother asked, when is the Giants, and this applies to a bunch of teams, when is the Giants are going to recognize what their identity is? Like, you don't know.
When are they going to fix this problem that we've had for 10 freaking years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not, you don't have identity because you don't know what you want to do.
I think I know what our identity is. Our identity has been what has always been predicated on, which is defense. You know what I'm saying? That's our identity. We want to run.
No, but he's saying it's not there for the last.
It's not there because you got pieces. To your point, you got pieces. There's parts of that game last week. And before we move to the next part is when you had a Cam Scatterboo, who, yes, he's a rookie, but one, I think we all saw when he put that block on that rusher that came in and he damn near took him out. And when he was running, he was running with violence. That's what I know the Giants to have been. You're on mute, Earl. From the Thunder and Lightning days, all those days, man. Like, that's their identity.
This is why freaking Bradshaw was my favorite Giants running back of all time because he was a Swiss Army knife. He did everything. He was the smallest one. He picked up blocks. And when I tell you he was thumping in there like Scatterboo, VA, he picked up blocks. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. Like, that's somebody who, like, yo, he's here to play football. Scatterboo is here to play football. And my thing is like everybody that's out there is not there to play football. And I ain't gonna hold you like, yo, Dave, dude, he's on the clock.
It's football 101.
I can't do no more Giants talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's
it's just for anybody else. It's football 101 for any team. And we play madness here. And I hate that, people say, well, you only play, look, it's football 101. If you can run the ball, what happens? The defense collapses down to stop the run. What does that mean? You use your weapons, whoever your receiver, insert whatever receiver, he's going to have favorable matchups. Washington was so concerned about Josh Jacobs in that Green Bay game that they were rushing and they were completely like, hey, this is the wrong play call, guys. Receivers was whooping their ass. It works, guys. Football 101. Football 101. Let's keep this thing going, man. This is Football Talk Live, powered by DUBBY Energy. I put the link in the chat. Make sure you guys click on it. Get 10% off your order when you insert the Hot Seat Podcast. And actually, the link will take you directly to it. Since you guys were talking about Bess and Daniel Jones, y'all want to put something on it before we get into these picks?
All day.
All right. Let's get it. Our first segment of Put Something on It. Take your notes, guys.
You got it first, Earl, or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm taking, let me just so I can see his exact line. I am taking and putting something on it. Nakua. I'm taking him at 82.5 over receiving yards. The man had 60 something, 70 yards right before he got injured and went out. And I actually had him for like 50 yards last week. So I had just made it and I got nervous, and then he came back like Willis Reed did and put up like another 70. Ended up with like 130 something. You know what I mean? So, and he's going against what the is it the Titans this week? Yeah, going against the Titans. So I'd be lucky if he don't go for 200. So 82.5 is disrespectful. He's definitely going for 100. So I'm taking the over on that. Might have that before halftime.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read off a whole ticket real quick. One of the last ones that I sent you. So here we go. Here's a 8-leg parlay. So let's go to the Browns-Ravens game. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. It's going to happen. Like, just breathe and it's going to happen. Like,
just happening.
Just count it. Especially after the ending to that last week's game and the fumble. It's going to happen. Just count it. The question you really need is how many is he going to score? Thanks. So anytime touchdown for Derrick Henry. In that same game, I don't know how Vegas let this line even get in there, but Lamar Jackson, 225 yards plus on passing and rushing combined. I mean, that's going to happen. If it's still out there, go grab it. Now we're moving to the Rams-Titans game. Just like Earl just said, I got him a little bit higher. I got Nakua over 85.5. I think you said 82. So, yeah, right about the same. I got him over for the receiving. I got Kyron Williams, 50 yards plus rushing, just straight rushing. I got Laporta on 3 receptions in that same game. 3 receptions. That's his check down. Bears, Lions. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Bills, Jets. I got, this is another one. Josh Allen, passing and rushing, 273.5. Really?
They playing the Jets, right?
They're playing the Jets. Just watch what happens. Just got to say
this. And my bad, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
His over under hit. I guess the stats for passing is at 234, and I'm just like, Vegas must know something that we don't know, because against one of the best defenses in the NFL last week, he almost threw for 400. He threw 394, I think.
Right.
And you're telling me that he's only going to do
273.5
because of
rushing and passing.
Because the whistle name is back there with all them receivers. Yeah. All right, son. All right.
This is I'll save this other one for last. Chase Brown, 60 plus yards rushing and receiving. I see it happening. I don't see Cincinnati looking like they did last week, especially that second half. And then just bet on it, man. CeeDee Lamb for whatever amount of yards you want to put him down for against the Giants. I got him for 78.5 on the overs. But you could, I don't care what you put on that daggone.
Only way he don't get it is if he just doesn't catch it. But he's gonna be open. Okay.
Man.
Bet on it, put something on it.
Yeah. I ain't putting nothing on Daniel Jones this week. I'm assuming. No.
You know what? Kick rocks.
I just
without shoes on.
Oh man, let's get into some picks, man. You know how we do, man. We're gonna give our picks for each game this week, including our Thursday night game. And this week we actually have 2 Monday night games, so a double header. Man, they be trying to keep you up late. I was up last night for that Canelo Crawford fight, and I was up to 2 a.m. And then I watched the post game fight like it's gonna be more stuff. I was up to like 3, and then working on the show. Like it's but let's get into some picks, man. Before we do so, man, let's get a recap on how we fare after week 1. And salute to Jay and Earl last season, man, for their wins, the picks for the year. We still haven't decided what the the pot's gonna be this year, but we'll keep it going. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at some standings.
I would like to just say that y'all didn't announce and put no respect on the champion from last year.
I did. I gave you like sparkles and everything last year.
And then he just said it again just now.
Okay, my bad. I was looking up
yeah, maybe if you pay attention to the actual,
This guy's the worst.
So first off, shout out to Jay on that 14-3.
14-3
from last week. That was killer on some of those games he picked. I would have had 12 if I would have went with my heart with the Giants, but that won't be happening.
Oh yeah, I'm going my heart. I'm going to make what makes sense.
I would have had a couple of more if like the Browns hadn't fumbled that game away, and then the Jets too. Shout out to Justin Fields, man, for having a good. That's another one. Hey, Justin Fields. Justin Fields and Daniel Jones gonna get somebody fired at the end of the day, and not on their current team, on their former team. That's what it looks like, man. Let's go and get some of these games picked in. Game 1, we got the 1-0 Jaguars at the 1-0 Bengals. Bengals are 1-0 for the first time in several years, I believe. This week, I know there's been talk about Travis Hunter switching to playing defense this week. We're going to see, because he got to pick his poison. Either you playing against Chase or you playing against T. Higgins. And he got to play receiver too. In this game, though, I like the Bengals, man, in this game.
I got the Bengals.
There you go. Since 2021. Yeah, their first time, which is crazy. We'll see what we do. I ain't all the way up on. I'm not with Trevor Lawrence. He's if he was in a different market, they would have ran him out of town by now. Yeah, it's just happened to be in Jacksonville, man. Giants at Cowboys.
I got the Giants. Let's move on. You know who I got.
Yeah, when I tell you my heart drop, I said, yo.
No, I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Not this week, buddy. Not this week.
Let's not
I
play
got the Cowboys, man.
And if I'm wrong, that's cool. But I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm over the ego thing. Let me just pick who I think.
You think Dave ain't got no
Yeah.
No.
Dave ain't got no.
Nope. I don't even got the thing hanging, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough. Sorry, guys. This is the only time you're gonna see all three of us agree about your Cowboys there, George. That's it. And this ain't got nothing to do with them. It's just because the offense and Russell Wilson looks like ass. Oh boy. Here we go. Bears at Lions. Even though they lost last week, thank you, Washington, for drafting Jaden Daniels. Because man, oh man, Caleb, it's 1 week, but them bad habits popped up, brother. Them bad habits popped up, and I don't think there's gonna be another letdown week by the Lions. I'm going with Detroit, man.
Yeah, I got the Lions.
I got the Lions.
We got quite a few in there. Got all Detroit looks like this week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All Detroit this week. I get Javen's picks after the show.
I'll get Malik's.
Rams at Titans. I like how the U looked last week. The U as in Cam Ward, man. I'm going with the Titans. I'm going with the Titans this week.
Happy for you. I got the Rams.
Got the Rams too. You like Ty Kent? Never mind. Stay with your pick. Go with the Rams. Let's go next.
Switch that joint quick.
Yeah, next. No take backs.
I'm going with the Titans this week. Everybody on the Rams. All right. Patriots at Dolphins. Oh, you talking about a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after the players only meeting last week and the Dolphins lose this game and it's disgusting, Mike McDaniel might be getting fired. You could tell by his press conference if he's gonna get fired. He'll do it, and then they'll be like, nah, don't even what? You ain't got to go back to the facility. We turn your key card off. I got the Patriots this week, man. I got the Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
The mighty have fallen.
They actually have competed.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Dolphins were doing.
Right, you know what they were doing? Still watching Tua smack his head off the ground. Like, I saw that like 3 times last week, and I'm like, bruh, he ain't, man. Okay. All right.
He said he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah. It's Sajay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, their head coach look like a video gamer or something.
Hey, look, man. You gotta lead, man. You gotta lead.
He look like he should be a head coach in nobody's football. He look like he do analytics.
It was good when they had no film on it, and he had no adjustments, and that's what it is. 49ers at Saints. Alvin Kamara, man, God bless him. Still do his thing. He's great for fantasy, but he's on a shitty ass team. And the 49ers, they just quietly just won last week. Didn't they have an injury? Did Christian McCaffrey get hurt again?
No, McCaffrey's playing.
Oh no, what's the name out this week? Is the quarterback
Brock Purdy's out.
Who's their backup? Anybody know?
Mac Jones.
Yep.
Let me go with the 49ers on this one. Just because Kyle Shanahan be pulling this shit off. Let me go with the Niners, man. I forgot about Mac Jones.
I have the Niners, but I'm gonna let you know this was one of those. I really sat there like, you know what? If it would happen, it would be right now. And I'm gonna tell you secretly, Purdy hopes that it happens. This is one of those. My value goes up because you see what you don't have when I'm not there.
Yeah, I mean, he already got his bread.
No, I got you on that, but it just once again, like, see.
Yeah. But then now, if this is a good game, you're like, the Niners may be able to flip Mac Jones. You know, somebody gonna buy him. You know, somebody will do it.
No,
they do it sometimes.
Who you got, Earl?
From the last one, that was the 49ers.
All right, got you. Bills at Jets.
Bills.
Billies.
Man, I'm going with the Jets in the upset, man.
That's what's up.
Don't talk
I'm going with
about.
the Jets in the upset, man.
Love
You was leading. I need that. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going with the Jets in the upset.
Thank you.
I like what I saw, man.
That's what's up.
All right, George. I see you. There you go.
You must like what you see. You must like what you see. W-T.
Seahawks at Steelers.
T.
I got Steelers.
I got Steelers.
Yeah, I just can't.
I got the Steelers at home.
Yeah, I got the Steelers. They turn up for them home games. Them yellow tiles gonna be everywhere out there.
Oh, Malik came in. Hold on. Rams and Patriots.
Browns at Ravens.
Those two.
Ravens need that bounce back.
Got
I
the
got
Ravens.
I got the Ravens in this game.
I got the Ravens.
Another coach that pisses you off.
Tell me about it.
John Harbaugh.
Tell me about it.
Get that shit together, bro. Call Dan Campbell, and Dan Campbell will let you know, hey, man, sometimes you might want to let your all-world quarterback go for it on fourth down. I had no idea that the Ravens had one of the least lowest fourth down attempt percentages. And you gave that game to Buffalo last week when Josh Allen was clearly cooking. His sense of awareness is so horrible. And I said it, I think, last year. As long as they have John Harbaugh, they won't win a chip with him being the coach there with this iteration of the Ravens because of decisions like that. That's crazy. Hope they win today. What we got next, guys? Broncos at Colts. Let's go.
I'm going to go Broncos.
You got the Colts this week. Broncos got a really good defense, though. I like the Colts.
Give it a second.
This Dragonberry, Dubby, it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Pretty decent. I like it.
All right, go ahead. We were just waiting for Malik's, but go ahead.
Panthers at Cardinals. Yikes.
Malik, send me a ticket, dog. You be winning, bro.
Let me go with the Cardinals, man. Let me go.
We got the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I got the Cardinals.
This guy here, go sleep, bro.
I stayed up way too late last night, and I didn't even know. I'm proud that I was able to hang.
I'm sending yours in the mail.
I'm proud I was able to hang.
It's the Dragonberry flavor. I think I said it right. I should bring the packet with me. It's pretty good, man. Go into the link. I posted the link in the chat. The link I put in there, take you directly to it, and it give you you get the DUBBY Energy bottle and the sampler to start before you decide if you want to go and jump in.
9 minute countdown.
Yep, we got you. You got you.
Hurry up.
Eagles at Chiefs.
Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
He ain't got nobody to throw it to.
Yeah. I got the Chiefs in this game.
That's what's up. I like that. I like that for you. That's what they be saying. I like that for you.
Sunday night football game, Falcons at Vikings. Hey, the young man looked good in the fourth quarter. He need to start off fast, though. But I like what I saw. I got Vikings.
I got Vikings.
I got the Falcons.
This don't go well. This don't go well for my my pick for the Falcons winning the NFC South though. I need y'all to get together tonight. I guess y'all losing to Minnesota. I wonder if they're gonna wear the all whites too, because their uniforms are kind of dope.
Beep, 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 beep.
Our first of two Monday night games: Buccaneers at Texans. Oh, I didn't even put the Texans record in there. I apologize. But I got the Buccaneers though.
I got the Bucks.
I got the Bucks. Because the Bucks stop here. See what I did with that?
Yeah, you made it up all by yourself, didn't you?
That was corny. I have to sit with that. That was corny.
Oh man, that's great. Our second of two Monday Night Football games. They like keeping us up late. Chargers at Raiders. Love Geno, but I love Jim Harbaugh more. Going for the Chargers, man. Got the Chargers.
Chargers. They look good.
Hey, there's a quick turnaround, man. They had to get that up. Well, at least it's Monday night. They're getting get their field back together after that that fight last night. It was at Reliance Stadium, which was Allegiant Stadium. My bad.
That was Allegiant.
Yeah, that stadium is still fantastic. Looks like a Audi from the outside. Pretty dope. And our week 3 Thursday night football matchup. This is probably the game, if any, that the Dolphins head coach probably get fired on. Bills at Dolphins, or Dolphins at Bills rather. I got Bills.
Bills.
I got
Bills.
Yeah. By this time, the Dolphins are probably 0-2 going into this game, probably be 0-3. And if he's there, unless they really get their break speed off on this Sunday, but yikes. And here's the question: do the Chiefs call the Dolphins about a trade for Tyreek to bring him back to Kansas City?
I would.
Like yesterday, I'll give you a fifth.
And Tyreek better do it for whatever.
Right. Look, I'll call for you. Want me to text them? WhatsApp, whatever. Call them. Come get me.
Call me.
Do something. Tyrone call somebody, but they need it. They need it. And that is our week 2 picks, man. Anything before we get out of here, guys? Any last minute bets or anything we want to jump on today? Anybody grilling today?
On my first quarter ticket real quick. I'm trying to hurry up.
Fair enough.
Oh, pizza in the pizza oven.
Yeah, I was going to grill, and then I said I was out to 2:00 in the morning, so that's not happening.
Fair.
So sit my black ass in here and figure it out. Probably order a pizza or something.
Yeah, some burgers and some hot dogs.
Giants show up, but please let CD get. Well, you ain't got to let him.
You ain't got to, please. No, just CD, just catch the ball.
No, the please part is for the Giants. Please, Giants, just show up.
And please, CD, just catch the ball. That's all I care. You could go for 100. Just lose the game and catch the ball. That's all I ask.
Give Cam Scatterboo the ball, bro. I like
let him start. Let him play.
I wanted him in the draft, but he was already
and play Abdul Adams more than 40% of the reps. Like, and put all our guys in. All of them ain't play together yet. Put them all in for once now, and then get Bowen out of here. All right, with that, I'm complete.
You got a lot going on. All right.
Enjoy your football Sunday, man. We'll see you next Sunday. It's the hot seat.